If you decide to end the intimate relationship that you have with anxiety, please understand that this does not mean that everything is going to catch you off guard. That's not what that means. Anxiety is literally just like any other hyperfixation. It has to convince you that if you don't have me, everything's just gonna go left. If you leave me, you're never gonna know what to do. You're never gonna know what's coming next. Da 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 da. When the truth of the matter is, has anxiety really ever helped you to know how a situation was gonna go? Because in reality, anxiety, it short circuits your thinking. Anxiety blocks out all that actual thinking, all the deductive reasoning to say, oh my God, what if? No, we don't have any control here. So if we come up with 307 scenarios, it could be one of these. It could be one of these. So then you might start planning. You might start getting ready for stuff. You might start preparing because of the things that you can actually see with deductive reasoning and not because you just decided to have anxiety. What actually helps you prepare for things that are coming is preparation. Is you being able to see, okay, if I've seen A and B turn into C before, then I can go ahead and get ready for C to be here. I can go ahead and prepare these things, just in case A and B do decide to get together and turn into C. That's simply preparation. That's not anxiety helping you. That's not anxiety coming to save the day. What anxiety does is it basically fogs up your brain and it makes you think in a timeline that's not the present. So you're literally sporadically everywhere, and it does not help because you're not actually looking at what's in front of you and what's actually going on. You have all of these imagination, stories and all of these things that you're like, oh my gosh, what if, what if, what if? But the truth of the matter is, most of the time, it doesn't even happen. Like most of the time, the worst things that you have anxiety about, it doesn't even happen. And even if you delve into anxiety and what you had anxiety about does happen, it keeps you from being able to solve what's going on. Because you spent all the time before the issue or the hiccup, you spent all the time before saying, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? While it's happening, you spend all that time saying, I knew this was going to happen. Da, 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 I should have did this. I should have did that. I should have did da, 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 da. So now, not only have you lived this situation twice, but you're still not giving yourself enough leeway. You're not giving yourself enough patience. You're not giving yourself a mental break enough to say, okay, I can literally just go from this point to that point. I don't have to spiral around in 72 circles for no reason. Just because I was taught that I have to be prepared for everything. The feeling of not knowing, the feeling of anxiety, it keeps you in a spot where you kind of don't want to see the simple solution. Something that could take you, I kid you not, 4 minutes will now take you hours because you feel the need to sit there and ruminate on all of these different things and say, well, this and that and this and that. But the truth of the matter is, the only thing that's going on is what's going on. The only thing that's going on is what's going on. The rest of it, it's nonsense. It's nonsense, and it wastes your time. Like, it literally takes up so much of your time. It takes up so much of your mental space, and that helps with the cycle of anxiety because now you're no longer able to focus on these small things that are happening. You're no longer able to find small solutions. So now you're taking all of this time within anxiety, within overthinking, within saying, oh my gosh, I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know what. And you're delaying. You're delaying the solutions. So now anxiety really is right. Anxiety really is right in saying, oh, this is so bad. This is taking so long. I should have just did this. I should have just did that. I should have because it's feeding itself now. Now you're in that cycle of being like, okay, well, anxiety kind of has a point when it never had a point. It never had a point. The directions were walk up these stairs. And anxiety's like, no, come over here real quick. No, come over here real quick because there is, okay, you already know about the stairs. Come over here and then we'll do this and then we'll stress about, getting up the stairs when we already knew that all we had to do was go up the stairs. It's okay for things to be easy for you. Everything does not have to be a pull. You do not have to be Superman. Don't rush yourself. And I know it can be difficult, especially after being convinced that, oh, you have to stay on your P's and Q's. You got to keep on your toes. You got to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But honestly, anxiety slows down your reaction time. It slows down your reaction time because you're not able to look at what's actually happening. You're too busy in la la land. You're too busy in the future, in the past, in some other form of the present with the what ifs and this could, that might, da 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 da. You're so busy everywhere else that your reaction time to what's actually going on has completely slowed down. It's literally gone. So what I'm saying is anxiety is not helping you be more prepared. It's hindering your preparation. It's keeping you in a spot to say, oh, well, it doesn't matter how much preparation I do, you just never know, and da-da-da-da. When the truth of the matter is you never started preparing because you just sat there and thought. You just sat there and thought about what if, and if this and that, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So if you start preparing for something and then that doesn't happen, then what? Just prepare for what's happening. Just move towards what you're doing now. But using all of your mental energy, using all of your time, using all of your emotions, beating yourself up about not knowing what's going to happen in the future, or even not knowing what's happening right now, it's exhausting you. It's exhausting you. So when it actually does come to you needing to do the solution, you're exhausted already. You're already tired and you're like, oh, this whole ordeal just drained me. The whole ordeal didn't drain you. You having anxiety for 22 hours drained you. And then it took you 3 minutes to do the solution to what the actual problem was. So